And we are live. Fantastic. Alright, hello everybody. I'm going to wait a second to get everybody in the chat, but welcome back to the Loyola Phoenix production night sessions. We hold these in lieu of our actual production nights for the print edition of our paper. So what we do is we have an artist come on, usually a Chicago artist. We feature them. They play some songs, I ask some questions, and we all have a good time. Tonight's guest is Chris Prieman. And let's see, is this going to... Let me switch the cameras. There we go. Alright, that's much better. Cool. And looks like Chris is here, so we're going to add him to the stream. Let's see. Chris, we're just waiting on you. There we go. Can you hear me?
Testing, 1, 2, testing.
Yeah.
Hello.
We got you.
What's up, man?
Nothing much. Nothing much. Just enjoying quarantine.
Yeah, living it up.
Absolutely. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Let the audience know who you are.
Yeah, like Zach said, my name is Christian Prieman. I'm a musician. I play in a couple different projects, and I do some solo stuff under just my name. Yeah, that's who I am.
Fantastic. All right, you can go into your first song.
Oh, I didn't plan this out. All right. This song, it doesn't have a name yet because I haven't even recorded it yet. But yeah, it sounds like this, I guess. Love you guys too. You ought to know why I'm afraid of those words. 'Cause the last time I said them, I got hurt. Now I'm afraid of loving like I loved her. Oh, watch your body fade, never again, never again. Oh, watch you fade away, but never again. I'll never love again like I loved you. I'll never love again. Now I'm broke, damaged goods. Now I'm lost, so my hand. But you can't, 'cause you're not here. And I cried in every year. I watch your body fade, love again. Like I loved you. Like I loved you. I'll never love again. Never love again. Like I love you. Like I love you. I'll never love again. I'll never love again.
Woo!
Yeah,
We get some clapping emojis in the chat.
Appreciate that. My connection good enough? I'm in a garage right now, so
No, it sounds good to me. So that's good. Ideal.
nice.
Most important
I was
part.
worried about
Yeah, no, absolutely. So that's a brand new song, exclusively debuted on here. Very happy to have that.
Sorta.
Sorta.
So there's
I'll take what I
a
can
live
get.
video that just went up. There's a venue in Ohio called the Oakdale House, and I played there a couple months ago, and they recorded that song. But it's really different than what I just played. It's on electric and totally different vibe. So yeah, basically premiering here.
Is that how you're gonna record it, with like electric and?
Maybe I haven't recorded it yet just because I don't know what I want to do with it. Like the electric version, I definitely want to do that, but I'm not sure like rhythmically wise. I just haven't come up with anything yet. So
It's too new. Makes sense. But speaking of new music,
yeah.
you dropped another new single, your 10th song of 2020, which is crazy. We're 4 months in.
True? Jeez.
Yeah, you had your 2
Wow.
EPs and your 2 singles. So we're 10 songs deep into 2020.
Yeah.
Would you mind talking a little bit about your newest song? 'Cause I know that was out with some other songs by some other artists as well, right?
Yeah. So a good friend of mine, and I believe you know him too. He's probably a good friend of yours. I don't want to speak for you, Zach, but yeah, his name is Joey. He has a band called Heartfelt that I play bass for now. That's like
Nice.
unofficial, but yeah, I've been jamming with them before all this stuff went down, and he hit me up and he's like, "Hey, I'm putting together like a comp of a bunch of different artists." And he asked me if I had any like new or unreleased songs to add to it, and I sent him a song. And actually, all the benefits from that compilation, it's on Bandcamp. It's called "Songs from the Quarantine." That, really lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, all the benefits are going to support like healthcare workers and stuff. So it's really cool. Yeah.
Nice. Fitting, I mean, with the title, obviously the quarantine song and Shelter in Place being the title of your song.
Yep.
Makes sense. And then kind of going back to, I mentioned you released 2 EPs this year and then 2 singles. So have you been holding on to this stuff for a while, or are you just writing a ton now? There you go.
Have I been what?
Have you been writing a ton recently, or have you been holding on to these songs for a little bit?
So the Shelter in Place song, I like wrote and recorded that in the same night. That kind of just came up. I've been trying to write, but boredom is not a good catalyst for creativity in my case. Like, man, like I've been trying to write stuff, and everything I do, I'm just like, this sucks. I should watch the 5th movie for the day instead, and I end up doing that.
Honestly, I feel the same way. I totally get that. It's been like, with nothing to do, you'd think that would be the time to write, but no.
Yeah.
There's not much. And then in terms of EPs, obviously they're kind of like 2 sides of a coin. One being the happy one and the not so happy one.
Yeah,
so what kind of influenced the differences in that, and how are they different stylistically? Because I know that they sound very different.
Yeah, that's a good question. So I think I originally, like those, I mean, for everyone except for you, Zach, nobody knows, but those 2 EPs that came out, they're more kind of electronic based, and I did pretty much everything just in like GarageBand with the instruments that are on there. Originally I was gonna have it all be like one album, and then I realized there was kind of definitely two different feels. There's like, I mean, the happy one and the not so happy one. I'm very good at naming things. But I had, just kind of messing around, and I had those songs, a lot of those for like a long time, just kind of sitting in my phone, and decided to split them up instead of keep them together, and did that.
Makes sense. It's fun, then you get to put out like a double, vinyl.
Oh yeah, vinyl, definitely gonna do that. And my world tour is coming up in July, so
Absolutely.
that world.
When music is allowed again, yes.
Yeah.
All right, well, you can go into your second song.
Cool. I guess I should play that one. This one's called Shelter in Place, and it's on a comp on Bandcamp called Songs for the Quarantine. But yeah, it sounds like this. Sitting here bored in my room, not much else left to do. Can spend another night alone in this house that's not a home. Think I'm losing my mind. Got no direction or sense of time. Go to bed at sunrise. My head spins, close my eyes. I'm missing friends. I wanna go back and see every one of them again. I miss going out. I wanna get out of this goddamn house right now. I miss feeling safe. Oh, everything is changing, and the world seems to be falling apart. It's gotta keep it. It's gotta keep it. It's gotta keep it. It's gotta keep it. That's the song.
Fantastic. A lot of fitting themes. I'm sure a lot of the people in the chat can relate to some of those.
Hopefully.
I mean, it's just, it's the quarantine experience right there.
Yeah, me and a million other musicians just making songs about quarantine.
Making songs about quarantine, live streaming, things like that. Have you been tuning into some of the other live streams?
When I can. So it's been hard. I'm like basically on a nocturnal sleep schedule. Like, I had to set an alarm to make sure I'd be up for this today. But yeah, like man, it's all a blur. I've definitely seen some. I could not tell you who or what, but yeah.
Time is a fake concept now. It's fine. It's fine.
It is. I think it caused me to like realize though, like the sort of live stream equipment for musicians, like it's not really a like that developed of a market, you know, like
Yeah.
like a lot of musicians can do home recordings now, and you know, there's tons of people making merch, but like there's not really a whole lot in terms, or at least that I know of, in terms of like getting good live stream audio and quality to that. So I think, you know, probably we'll be seeing some improvements in that area.
Hopefully, make my job easier.
Yeah.
To do with my phone and a mirror. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I definitely there's definitely room for improvement on that, but hopefully, you know what? Boredom drives innovation, so hopefully this is their time to create.
Yeah.
Um,
Sure.
and then I wanted to ask, so you know, you mentioned you're in some other projects. I know you play some other instruments. And one of your recent singles, Grace, you know, there's drums on it and things. I wanted to ask, do you record all of the instruments on all of your recordings, or is it just you know, stuff that you have in GarageBand?
Yeah, so it kind of varies. My good friend slash bandmate, Michael, he does a lot of recording stuff. So when we can, you know, I like to get, you know, live drums and all that. That I would probably play on those. But for Grace, that one was just you know, GarageBand program drums, and then everything else. I have this thing called an iRig, which basically it just allows me to plug into my phone. I mean, you know this stuff, but for the people who don't, it and then I can plug a guitar that goes straight into my phone. So that's pretty cool. And then the vocals were done just on my headphone mic. And actually, the reason I've been using a lot of autotune lately, um, that's because with headphone microphone, like it gets the clearest quality, like it doesn't clip and it doesn't distort. Um, so, you know,
Really? Well, you know what? Honestly, I would have never expected that, but that's amazing.
yeah, and it sounds really fun too. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds, you know, obviously recorded with like a solid setup. The fact that it's, you know, headphone microphones, that's pretty impressive.
yeah, you can do a lot with the phone nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and again, on the trend of new music, I know you're not the only one, or not part of the only thing you're releasing. I know Infamous Martyrs has some EPs coming up. That's your other rock band. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I would say Infamous Martyrs is probably like my primary sort of band, I guess. Go follow us. Shameless self plug. Yeah, so we have two EPs coming out on May 8th. And the reason we're just doing part one and part two on the same day, because when you go to like someone's Spotify or Apple Music page, it shows like the album first, and then below it, it shows all the singles and EPs. And our first album, which wasn't that good, just in terms of quality and the performance, so we decided to take that down and re-record most of the songs, and we have some new stuff that we've added in there. And we decided to split it up into two EPs so that when you go to a Spotify page for us or Apple Music, you kind of see everything because we don't have any other full albums out. So yeah, really excited for that one. There's some really cool new stuff, some new renditions of old songs, and yeah, really excited for that one to come out.
Looking forward to it. Absolutely looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Um, all right, you can go into your third song, and for any new viewers, you're tuning into the production night sessions. Thanks for being with us.
This song is called Wanderer, and it's on the Give Up EP that I have out under my name, Christian Prieman. It goes like this. Just a wanderer. I don't get attached. I don't make connections so that I never feel alone. And I learned how to separate so that I never get hurt. I still get hurt. And I still feel alone.
Woo!
Thank you.
All right, I am a little biased. That is my favorite one.
I appreciate that.
I do like it a lot.
I wrote that. I took like an extended road trip a couple of summers ago, just kind of by myself without a map. Just got in my van and started driving, and God, I was having a real bummer of a night in Nashville, and I wrote that song in like a parking lot somewhere, just because being around all those people, and I like felt like way more alone than I ever did when I was just by myself. So
That makes sense. You know, being on the road can be weird sometimes.
it can be, especially when there's like nobody to talk to. Like I would go like days without speaking to anyone. You know, it was a strange time. Yeah, it really messes with your head.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely tough. And you know, I mean, I know you're on the road a decent amount. Obviously nowadays a little bit less.
Yeah.
But I know that you know you've driven for some tours, things like that. Specifically the Sonderbombs, and I know you made a music video for them. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, Sonderbombs are great people. Love them to death. Super nice band. So they were like the first band that I ever drove on a tour, and so I didn't really know what to expect, and I just kind of wanted to document it because I'm really bad at taking pictures and videos of stuff. So I was like, I made a mental note. I was like, this tour, I'm gonna make sure that I take lots of videos and lots of pictures, and so I did, and I didn't really know what to do with it. And I was like, well, I'm not good enough to like make a documentary. I tried to interview some people, but it was bad. The questions were terrible. The audio was terrible. So I just put it to one of their songs, and they decided to use it as their official music video. Had I known they were going to use it as their actual music video, I would have spent a little more time on it. But hey, you know, I'm honored that they decided to go with that, and yeah, I think it turned out pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it definitely did. I enjoyed the video, and as a photographer, I'm terrible at documenting things.
How?
So I definitely, yeah, you would think. No, I definitely understand. For those of you that don't know, I'm the photography editor for the Loyola Phoenix, so that is my job. That is my whole
Right.
purpose
How are
here.
you mad at
So,
that?
yeah, so despite working for the Loyola Phoenix, no, I am still bad at documenting things. So you know what? That's not just you.
I mean, you know, no shame in that. There's no shame, because I feel like, you know, if you take it too far though, then you kind of get pulled out of the moments you're in and stuff. If you're
Very
working
true.
like good shots all the time or whatever, so
True, true. You got to live a little bit.
yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. And for those of you watching, if you guys want to watch that music video, it's on YouTube. It's also on the Phoenix's webpage under our top 10 albums of the decade, because Modern Female Rock Star by the Sonderbombs was chosen by one of our writers for that. So you can go check out Chris's video of the Sonderbombs there.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, no, it was featured. They threw it up right around New Year's, I think. So they were posting about it. But yes, that was the featured video for the Sonderbombs.
Very cool. Very cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that.
All right. If you want to go into your last song, you can.
Yeah. This song is off that same EP called Give Up. My music is on all major streaming platforms under the name Christian Prieman. And the song is called Give Up, and it's super sad, so I apologize. Hey, Eddie, what's up, man? Yeah, it sounds like this. Does it sound like this? Yes, it does. Okay.
It might.
Maybe. Eddie, you're gonna learn now that I play the same 4 songs over and over again. I'm getting real pathetic. I'm getting real alone. Never been real angry. Turn my rage into sorrow. I found comfort in just walking with a girl, like some kind of pathetic daydream. I found comfort in just talking with a girl, like some kind of pathetic daydream. I should learn to give up, turn my life into a bottle of sand. I should learn to give up if I haven't already yet. I'm learning to cope. Got a learning disability. Time moves so slow. Surrender to my enemies. I found comfort in the second at McDonald's. Then I cried later on. I find comfort in the things that are killing me. I'll probably cry later on. I should learn to give up, turn my life into a bottle of sand. I should learn to give up if I haven't already. just to make it seem. But then again, when is it ever? If I hate myself, now would be much better if I never been born at all. I'd be much better off. Never been born at all. I would be much better off. Never been born at all. I would be much better off. Never been born at all. I would be much better off. I should learn to give up. Turn my life into a bottle of sand. Whoops. I should learn to give up if I haven't already. Never been born at all. Oh, I would be much better off. Never been born at all. Oh, I would be much better off. Never been born at all. Oh, I would be much better off. Never been born at all. Oh, I would be much better off. Oh, I would be much better off. Oh, I would be much better off. Oh, I would be much better off.
Woo!
Thank you.
All right, let's get some clap emojis in the chat for that last song. Thank you, Chris, for being with me tonight, playing. And thank you to all of our listeners for tuning into the Loyola Phoenix's production night sessions. Remember to tune in next week, same time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure to keep up with the Phoenix on Twitter at PhoenixLUC and Facebook at the Loyola Phoenix. And subscribe to our newsletter for news updates and reminders that these live streams are even going on. Thank you, and see you guys again next week.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for being on.
Awesome, man.